Hello. Welcome to what I hope is going to be a really restful and yummy yin practice. It's going to be a little bit short and sweet today because I find sometimes at the end of the day, or maybe this is how you choose to start your day, and that's amazing too. We just don't always have that time, right? But we really just want to take a moment to unwind and like de-stress from the day and that constant high vibe. So I hope that this offers you the opportunity to do just that. So if you do have a bolster, I do recommend grabbing it. If you don't have one, grab some pillows or towels, anything like that that can give you a little bit of height would be nice. And ideally you have a couple of blocks as well, okay? So have the blocks close by to you as well as the bolster. If your bolster has a handle like ours, you're gonna keep that handle towards you. It just makes it a tiny little bit more accessible for you. So the last practice we did in yin was a little bit more, I don't want to say active, but we were sitting a lot. This is going to be all done from our back. So there's going to be one little transition, but I want you to just rest in knowing that we're going to make our way down to our back and just stay there. So take your time. Have yourself come to the top of the mat, and I want you to just take any time you need. Now, one thing I didn't say is if you have a blanket or an eye pillow, I really recommend having something to cover your eyes here, especially because we are going to be on our back the whole time. It just really does wonders for your nervous system and just your ability to like cut off the distractions, because there's nothing to see when the eyes are covered, right? So take that if you need. If you don't have an eye pillow, that's okay. Grab a hand towel, anything that will just cover the eyes. Reach the arms forward, and then we're going to lower yourself down. Take your time, and then what you're going to do from here is bend into your knees. I want you to take your blocks out quite wide for now, and then just rock the feet out quite wide. Let the knees buckle in. And then just bring your arms by your side, scoot your shoulders back a little bit, and then even allow for a little bit more length into the back of the neck. And just let yourself take a nice clearing breath here. Inhale through the nose. And a big breath out. One more time, inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. On your next inhale, you're going to open the knees wide as you walk the feet together. And I want you to use those blocks or cushions to support the knees opening up. Palms are going to come once again by the side. You may take a little bit of a wider stance here with the hands, but just notice if there's any work or clenching in and around the hips. And if there is, just bring the blocks or supports a little bit closer to the hips and just allow yourself to let go of the work. Again, let's make today about resting and relaxing into our bodies. Especially at this time of year, we're kind of almost automatically catapulted into this state of action. So let this be just a gift to your body, to your mind, and just your ability to get anchored into how you feel. So rest in the fact that the less you do over our short time together today, the better. And it is shorter, so make the most of it by just continuing to create space with your breath. Notice the natural length of your inhale. Just see if you can maybe even draw that exhale a little bit longer. Just connecting with that expansive quality of your inhale. And that state of surrender as you exhale. if there's anything that can be just a little heavier, a little more relaxed. With each breath, it's like your bones just get a little heavier into the mat and your muscles just melt, melt, melt right off them. Just allowing yourself just 3 more breaths here. Once you've exhaled out all the air, just take your time as you bring your hands to the outsides of the knees. Gently draw the knees towards one another and then just walk the feet out wide. Let the knees gently buckle in. You may remove those blocks out of the way. And just take a breath. Hands can rest by your side, or you might bring your hand to your belly. Just take a moment here. And then what you're going to do from this position is take that bolster and just line it up with relatively towards the top of your right hip. Again, if you don't have a bolster, you can use your blocks and put a towel on that, or just give yourself enough of a cushion there with pillows and blankets or both. And then take your time as you open the knees up. You're going to walk the feet to a hips width apart. You're going to interlock your fingers around your left shin and then just rock the knee side to side. Just find that space to settle into, and then ensure that you can still remain settled if you relax that right leg down. And if you find that by extending the right leg, it pulls you from the left hip, then you just keep the knee bent. You could even take that bolster under the back of the knee for somewhere in between the back of the right knee, I should say, to be clear. But just make sure that no matter what, your shoulders are soft. And you pay attention to all that's going on in that left hip. Notice if anything's gripping, or is there anything that's kind of hesitant in anticipation, like really consciously just relax. Notice if your eyelids could be a little heavier. Even if they are covered, let them soften. Let all your focus and awareness start to travel towards the darkness behind the eyelids. Notice what comes up. And we let go of everything going on around us and truly dive into that inward experience of what's happening within us. Notice the clenching, the holding on. Do your best to just release it. From this position, you're going to allow yourself just 3 more breaths. So you've exhaled out all of the air. Take your time and then just slowly release your left foot. Keep it flat. Then just take a pause. Then take your time as you plant into your left foot. You're going to scooch your hips just a little bit to the left. And then once you do that, you'll take your right leg a little more to the left as well. You're going to take your left leg and then you're going to wrap it so that it rests on top of the bolster. So you want to have your knee as well as your foot lined up on the bolster. Now it can be nice to kind of untuck your right shoulder here. And then you can reach your arms out like a T or a goalpost. And it might even feel good to let the closed eyes fall to the left. If you have that eye pillow, you're just going to take it and kind of shift it a little bit more to the right so the weight can still remain on the eyes without falling off. Maybe the bolster's not quite enough. Maybe you need a blanket on top of the bolster. Whatever you need so that both your left knee and left foot can be supported to just let go fully. Allow every part of you to just melt. And you feel this sense of unraveling. And just a sense of rinsing out. Anything that makes you feel sticky, tense, weighed down. And that could be a lot of things. Just keep coming back to this deeper appreciation for your breath, for empowering your ability to regulate your state internally, all by just the way that we breathe. From this position, you're going to allow yourself 3 more breaths. You've exhaled out all the air. Take your time and let your head come back to the center first and just place your left foot flat. And then you'll kind of scoot your hips very gently to the middle, and then let's just bend that right knee. Let the knees buckle in and the feet go wide. Let yourself take a breath here. Deep exhale. And then as you inhale, we'll slowly start to open the eyes and open the knees back up. So I highly recommend that you grab your bolster and just shift it now. Take it towards the top of your hip or any other props that you're using. Again, the goal is to use more today to just support your ability to rest. You're going to interlock your fingers around your right shin now, and then just rock gently side to side. Once you feel comfortable with that, feel free to straighten through your left leg and then just soften. And you just notice whatever it is that comes up for you. Not with any kind of judgment, but just noticing, like, where is your mind always trying to pull you? anywhere you're gripping or creating tension. And see if from a more relaxed position you can hug that knee a little closer to your chest. From here, you're going to allow yourself just 3 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, slowly release your right foot down to the ground. And just pause, notice any urges to move and try not to. Slowly, when you're ready, press into your right foot, hips scooch a little to the right, and then we'll take our time and bring that right knee over to the left. Untuck the shoulder, and then from there, you're going to open the arms up, and maybe it feels good to let your closed eyes fall to the right. But again, really listen to your body. You want your knee and your foot supported by the bolster. So maybe for you, it's on a little diagonal. Maybe you need a blanket on this side. Take what you need, and then just let every part of you soften and release. Know where you need to be. Just breathing where you are. Just notice what comes up for you when you create this space. Whatever experience you're in right now, just know that it's perfect. Sometimes we can really just drop into this soft and steady, calm state, and sometimes we need to work the entire session just to experience a moment of relief from that constant chase. Wherever you find yourself today, just breathe deeper. Let yourself just enjoy 3 more deep, really generous breaths from here. Give yourself just 3 more breaths. you've exhaled out all the air, let the head come back to center. Slowly bring the right leg back to center. And then just adjust the hips. Let's take a mini shavasana here as you extend the legs. Take a nice big deep breath in. And don't be shy to let out a softer deep sigh breath out. Take your time. As you bring your arms by your side, you're going to bend into your knees. Take your time as you turn over onto the left. Bend your elbow so you have a little pillow here. Again, dissolving any urge to rush on to what's next. And then on your inhale, just slowly push yourself up. Okay, so we're going to get ready for our last position. So you're more than welcome, by all means, to just lay in Shavasana. I'm going to give you just a little supported heart opening position here, but I want it to be really gentle. So if you have your blocks, you're going to take your blocks, stacking them to the back of the mat. So what you can do is actually create a little bit of a tower here, where you just have one block at its mid setting and then one block at its high setting. So then you've got a nice little tower here, blankets, eye pillows still welcome. And then from that position, you're going to bring your sit bones relatively close to the right in front of the bolster. You can give yourself a little bit of space here. And then feet are going to be hip width apart. And then you're just going to slowly rest over top. You're going to extend the legs nice and long. And then the palms are going to flip up. And then you're just going to close down the eyes. Now I want you to be really picky here. This is the longest pose you're going to do today. And again, if you just prefer Shavasana, that's okay too. But I just want you to find a place that you feel settled without any effort, where you can open yourself up to just hear what's really there. Often we just get so caught up in the busyness, the chatter. We're just always rushing our way through. And we lose the ability to just slow down and anchor into what's really actually going on, which quite often is very different from what's being kind of relayed in our head. So for these next couple of minutes, just breathe. Enjoy the soft sounds and maybe even some extra ones coming from your surroundings. All is good. This practice isn't about creating a perfect setting. It's just about anchoring into where you are. Letting go of everything needing to be perfect and just embracing everything about this moment in a way that nourishes your ability to just have a sense of appreciation. So whatever you do for these next couple of moments, just breathe. friendly reminder that this is just about letting go, opening it up in a way that you're just noticing what's there and then releasing it. So for one more minute, just breathe it out. Take one more breath here in this position. Maybe it's met with a soft or deep sigh out. And then take your time as you slowly bend one knee, followed by the next. And pause again. Eventually bringing your hands under the shoulders, you're going to tuck your chin to your chest and then just lift yourself up. And I want you to just sit up tall, close the eyes, and bring the hands to the knees. Taking just a moment to notice just the effects of that position, of the last 30 minutes of just consciously taking some time for you. Nothing we did was fancy or intricate. So just take a moment of appreciation to just understand and notice that things can be really simple if we allow them to be. If we let go of that patterned way of just overcomplicating things within our mind. Living in a world that's so caught up in our heads and making one thing mean something else that's usually not even real. So if we can just get out of our heads and connect with our body, it immediately anchors us into what is, which is usually a much more empowering place to be, and a lot kinder to your body, to your nervous system. So as you bring your hands to your heart, although it may feel like you didn't do much, know that this was a lot. So thank yourself for it. And I hope that the rest of your day is clear and relaxed and leads you to a great night's sleep. Namaste, everyone. Take the absolute best care. See you soon.